What's up everybody, Chase back with LiboMind.com, and in today's video I'm going to be going over why I chose the Montgomery GI Bill compared to the post 9/11 GI Bill when I joined the Marine Corps almost 6 years ago. And if you guys haven't already watched one of my previous videos about which GI Bill is the best fit for you, whether that's if you guys are just now joining the military or are already in the military and are thinking about swapping from GI Bill to GI Bill, the best way to do that is to pretty much subscribe to my channel. That way you guys can go ahead and watch that video after this video is done with. And when it comes time to make a decision, overall, when I made my decision, I was in a seated room with about like 1,000+ Marines, hearing a talk about the GI Bills in an auditorium when I was tired, stressed out, and kind of scared. So overall, I wasn't really thinking about my GI Bill benefits when I joined the Marine Corps and was at boot camp when I ultimately needed to make that decision. So overall, by clicking that like button below, it'll send this video out into the YouTube universe. That way we can pretty much help people that are about to join the military decide which GI Bill is the best fit for them, as well as already current military service members if they're thinking about swapping from GI Bill to GI Bill. Ultimately, these two videos will help them make that decision. You know, ultimately it comes down to you making that decision to decide which GI Bill is best for you and the school that you planning or intending. Now, with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So the main reason why I chose the Montgomery GI Bill compared to the post 9/11 GI Bill was because I knew the school that I was most likely going to go to, and that was going to be a junior college, and then ultimately transfer to a bigger college in the future. So ultimately having that thought in mind of knowing what school I wanted to go to and a general idea of what program, that allowed me to pick and choose which GI Bill was best for me. And I think the biggest reason why, even more than the first, for going with the Montgomery GI Bill was because the Montgomery GI Bill pays you directly all the GI Bill benefit, compared to the post 9/11, they would pretty much pay the school for all the tuition and fees, and then you would get that monthly housing payment as well as a yearly stipend for books. So overall, I wanted to be paid directly compared to having the GI Bill pay the school directly. And also, I used the GI Bill calculator to pretty much factor in which one would be better for me to receive the most benefit. After using that GI Bill, I also kind of already had in mind that with the GI Bill, I was going to already be receiving a scholarship that pretty much covered all my tuition over there. And that pretty much makes it to go over there for free, and that everything that I receive from the Montgomery GI Bill is pretty much a paycheck just to put me through all that education. So overall, there's three main benefits of going to school right now for me, and that's because school is already paid for by a scholarship just because I'm a Native American. The second is that I'm getting paid the entire lump sum payment from the Montgomery GI Bill, which is coming directly to me. And then third is ultimately getting that college education that we're all trying to look for in order to get a better job or credentials in the future. So those are the main reasons why I went with the Montgomery GI Bill compared to the post 9/11. It did come at the expense of me having to sacrifice $100 a month for 12 months, $1,200 in general to be eligible for the Montgomery. But overall, I knew that once the Montgomery GI Bill paid me when I go to school, I'd be receiving paychecks pretty much that would supplement that $1,200 on the front end. So that $1,200 little payment when I was in boot camp ultimately paid off probably close to 80 grand right now. So making that sacrifice at boot camp for me of sacrificing $1,200 total, $100 per month for 12 months was overall a big win for me now in the future compared to me in the past, because now it allows me to get almost a $2,000 paycheck a month just to go to school. That's coming directly to me, and I can use it on anything I want. If I would have went with the post 9/11 GI Bill, it would have covered all the tuition and fees, but I already had that covered, so I didn't really have anything benefiting me there. I would have been getting a housing payment and a yearly book stipend, but overall that monthly BAH payment as well as book stipend would not cover as much as the GI Bill does for me. So that's why I chose the Montgomery GI Bill. And I really feel like if you guys make that decision beforehand of what GI Bill. Overall, that kind of wraps up this video and why I went with the Montgomery GI Bill compared to the post 9/11 GI Bill. If you guys want to go ahead and watch my other video about which GI Bill is right for you, definitely go check that video out now, as well as subscribe to the channel and then click this like button below. That way we can send this video out into the YouTube universe in order to help people decide which GI Bill is right for them in the future.